Hi there, Brian McAboy with Inside Out Trading. And today I want to share with you what truly is the secret sauce when it comes to consistent profits in trading. I kid you not, it is very straightforward. It is relatively simple and it's easy to pursue. But before I get straight to it, I want to give you a little context so that it really does register with you so that you'll act on it and benefit from it. Now, here's the thing. Trading is a performance activity. It is. This is not just and your strategy and you're playing around, entering and exiting trades. This is a performance activity. You have to perform well. You have to do the right thing at the right time. And you have to execute well. Whatever your strategy is, you have to execute well, very well. 80% won't do, 70, 80% won't do. You have to be hitting the very high 90s on your execution, or it's costing you lots of money. You know what I'm talking about. And why is it? Well, if you think about it, you're up against a very large crowd, a very well-resourced crowd of people and banks and institutional traders and firms and corporations. You're up against a very large number of people and organizations that are all competing for the same money that you are. That's all that money that's floating around in the markets. And so you do have to be bringing your A game and treating this very seriously. No playing around, no, being lackadaisical about it. You can't afford to, just be winging it. Seriously, so many traders I see that come to me and they're like, Brian, I'm just having a tough time. And I get to talking, we get to talking about how they're going about their trading. And to a large degree, not that they're bad people, it's something you have to learn along the way. I had to learn it the hard way myself. Cost me a lot of money, almost cost me my marriage. But the thing is, you can't afford to wing it and just, fly by the seat of your pants. I was doing that for a long time and it cost me tremendously. And it was such an emotional ride. But the thing is, what I learned, the big lesson is the only way to approach trading in a way that really puts the odds in your favor and, guards you against, losing money is to be very intentional about it. And so what do I mean by, being intentional? When I was in the corporate world, I'm going to share with you now a little bit of what I brought from my job in the corporate world that turned my trading around. I was in quality assurance, and I love quality assurance because the way I look at it is quality assurance is success by design. Quality assurance is where you get very clear about not just your process for making your goods or delivering your services. Quality assurance covers your whole business. And it's where you get very clear, you get very intentional about everything you're doing so that you operate at a very efficient, very effective level. And the main thing is, not only do you want to get good, establish best practices and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that quality is built on, quality assurance, is developing a consistent process, because consistency is the key. And it's the same is very true with trading. You can have a great strategy, but here's the thing: an average or even a mediocre strategy that's executed consistently will outperform and make way more money than a great strategy that's executed inconsistently. You've probably experienced this. So consistency really is the key. It really is. Even if you're not doing it the best, even if you don't have the best strategy on the planet, if you've got a good strategy and you can execute that baby consistently day in and day out, you're going to make money. You can have a great strategy, and if you're all over the place, it's going to be rough. I mean, if you think about it, again, with quality assurance, we want to focus on consistency first, because if you have the consistency, that's easy to adjust. And if performance drops off because of change in the environment or whatever, you need to make adjustments. If you have a consistent process and you're getting consistent performance, because you are, and what you do is part of your process. If you have that consistency, that's easy to adjust for. But if you're all over the place, that's really hard to fix. If you're inconsistent in what you're doing, that's really tough to fix. So consistency really is the key. And like I said, the main thing is you want to be very intentional. You want to get very clear on what you're doing. You want to get really consistent about it, develop a good, solid, consistent process. That's where so many traders being able to, first of all, get clear on what they're doing and develop a good, consistent process. That's one of the challenges from the get-go. There's so many people out there selling trading systems. And they're like, look at this. We got in over here, we got out over here. Look at all this money we made. You can do it too. The thing is, just because they made money on that trade doesn't mean they can do it over and over again. And that's where a lot of people get screwed up. So they think strategy and a system are the same thing. It's like, no, just because you have a great strategy doesn't mean you're going to be able to execute it consistently hundreds or even thousands of times. And the consistency really is the magic. That's the secret sauce, is the consistency. That's what I teach is consistency first. And when I train people, where we start with establishing consistency. Then we worry about profit. So many traders are going about it backwards. It's like, well, figure out how to get profitable and then, figure out how to, get consistent about it. It's like, no, let's get consistent first. We can make it profitable. That's a whole lot easier. It really is. So one of the cool things is when you go about it this way, trading gets easy. Making money gets easy compared to flying by the seat of your pants or being inconsistent or just chasing strategies or, just chasing emotional control. When you get focused on getting good at this, getting very intentional and focusing on consistency, that's when things get good. And it gets easier. So if you've been, finding that the results you're getting from your trading are less than you should be making, and they're, it's not producing what you would like for it to, swing by insideouttrading.com. We can jump on a Zoom call, phone call. We'll discuss what's going on, what's holding you back right now, and what you need to do to move forward and get on with good trading that's performing the way you want. Don't let time continue to pass. Just continuing to trade is not going to fix it. A lot of traders, it's so easy to go, oh, I've tried everything I can think of. I'll just keep trading and, somehow magically things will turn around. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Get the help that you need, whether it's with me or somebody else, but don't just sit there and accept, less than you deserve. So I hope this has been helpful. If it has, subscribe to my channel. You'll get more videos like this, how to be a good trader, how to be a successful trader. It's what I like talking about. And it's what I teach. And, of course, give me a like so the YouTube algorithms know that this is worth sharing. If you have friends, share it with your friends. And like I said, swing by Inside Out Trading, have some free resources there that'd be very helpful. How to break some of the patterns of the past, how to get moving on, with better trading. Got a trader scorecard there. You can find out what you're doing wrong, what you're missing. So got some free resources for you. Swing by InsideOutTrading.com. Look forward to helping you out. Talk to you soon. Cheers.